In this video, I'm going to talk about editing a test and when and what you can edit in a test. So in my quiz, when I'm setting it up as an instructor, I can add content, I can add text, move around questions, etc. I can set my due date, and I can go to the settings to do things like set a time, create a time test, so make it 60 minutes long, for example. I'm going to actually have my preview user now enter this test. So my student preview is going to go in and they're going to start doing this quiz. So you'll notice as soon as I have the quiz visible to students, they can click and they can start doing it. So if you don't want them to start doing the quiz at all, you want to have it hidden or release conditions on it. So the preview user is going to start that attempt. And they actually didn't want to start that attempt, and they're just going to close out of that. But it still shows that they started it. So if I go back in as the instructor now and take a look at that quiz, you'll notice I can't add additional questions. And I can't go and alter the timing of that test. So if I try and change that time limit, I'm not allowed to change that time limit of it. Now in this case, it becomes a little bit funny because I don't actually have a submission from a student, so I can't delete the submission. I have nothing to grade, but they've got a saved draft. So they have a work in progress, and there's no way for us to delete that work in progress. So what in this case, it was my preview user, so I can go back in as the preview user, click back into that quiz, and actually submit something. And now, as the instructor, I can go in and look at that submission attempt, click on the submission attempt, and I can actually delete that attempt now. So it cleans it up, it deletes it, and now I can come back into content and settings, and I have the ability to add more questions or to change that time limit on it. Now, in the case that it was a student that went in and started that draft, then there's really nothing that I can do about it. So what we can do here is, if this is already in progress by somebody, I need to actually recreate the test, but I can do that by just copying within this area. So I'm going to take quiz 3 grains, I'm going to copy it from my gradebook demo course. I have to find the quiz that I want to copy. It's right there at the top, and I'm going to start a copy. So I'm bringing over a copied version of that, and I'm going to make my initial one hidden from students, and the one that I just copied over is the one that I'm going to edit. And I might make a note to myself in the title or somewhere in that. And then I have the ability to edit it however I want, and then carry on. At some point, I can then delete that original one if I want to, if I'm confident that there's no attempts in there that I should be grading, then I can just go and delete that old version of it. Thanks for watching. Find links to other resources about this topic as well as related videos in the description. You can comment on this video with any questions you have or ideas for future videos.